I'm Roach, Mark Roach. Welcome to Transcendent, my YouTube channel, where I share my journey around the world through life, crossing the spectrum from high to low, as most people define them. But this channel is all about inspiring common people to find their power. When we feel damaged by others, especially when it seems intentional, we're caught up in a narrative that isn't entirely ours. It's like wearing someone else's shoes and wondering why they don't fit. The truth is, when someone harms us on purpose, they're not really aiming at us. They're more like a storm lashing out because they're caught in their own turmoil, not because they see us clearly. Imagine you're walking down the street and suddenly it starts to rain heavily. You don't take it personally. You know the rain isn't about you. It's the same with people who hurt us intentionally. They're reacting to their own internal weather, not to you specifically. Their actions are a reflection of their struggles, their pain, their ignorance of their true selves. This isn't about excusing their behavior, but about understanding where it comes from. When we see their actions for what they are, we start to free ourselves from the burden of their projections. We're not the main character in their story. They are. And their story is one of conflict, not clarity. Understanding this is key to reclaiming your narrative. If you take their actions personally, you're letting them dictate how you feel about yourself. But here's the game changer. Their harm doesn't define you. Your response does. You have the power to decide not to engage with their negativity, to see it as a storm that will pass. You can choose empathy over revenge, understanding over resentment. By doing this, you're not just surviving their storm, you're learning to dance in the rain. Healing isn't about forgetting the harm, but about recognizing that it has no bearing on your worth or your peace. The harm others inflict isn't a verdict on who you are, it's a snapshot of who they are at that moment. People often act out of unhealed wounds, projecting their internal chaos onto the world around them. When someone hurts you, think of it as a cry for help, a sign they're lost in their own emotional maze. They're not seeing you. They're seeing their fears, their insecurities, their unresolved issues. If they could see clearly, if they were at peace with themselves, they wouldn't need to lash out. So how do you not let their actions define you? First, remember that you are not alone in this. Everyone faces these storms at some point. You're part of a larger human experience where pain and growth are intertwined. Here's what you can do. Detach from their actions. Just like you wouldn't blame yourself for a storm, don't blame yourself for their behavior. Their actions are their own storm to weather. See the bigger picture. Understand that everything happens in a context. Their harmful actions are a small part of a much larger tapestry of experiences, emotions, and personal battles. Choose your response. You're not a puppet on their string. You can choose peace over anger, understanding over hurt. This choice is where your power lies. Set boundaries like a fence protects a garden. Boundaries protect your emotional well-being. They're not about shutting people out, but about safeguarding your inner peace. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself. Healing isn't about being perfect, it's about being human, about allowing yourself to feel, to learn, and to grow. Transform pain into growth. Every difficulty is a lesson in disguise. Use this experience to understand your strengths, your limits, and how you can better protect your peace. Forgive for your sake. Forgiveness here isn't about them, It's about you. It's letting go of the baggage so you can walk lighter, not for their journey, but for yours. By doing these things, you're not just healing from the harm, you're growing from it. You're becoming someone who can withstand storms, who can find beauty in the rain. You're learning that your worth isn't touched by others' actions unless you decide that it is. And in this understanding, you find liberation, you find growth, you find a deeper connection to your own power. Their harmful actions reflect their struggles, not your worth. You have the power to choose how you respond, not react. Setting boundaries is essential for protecting your peace. Use pain as a lesson for personal growth, not as a measure for your value. Forgiveness is about freeing yourself from the past. I'm Mark Roach, wishing you all the best.